Hi, in today's tutorial you're going to learn how to install SQL Server in a standalone computer. It's a Windows based installation. Either you can take Windows 10 operating system or a Windows 7 operating system. The operating system which I have here is Windows 10 and it is a 64-bit. The applications are the software which is needed to install. It is provided in a description with the links. You can go there and you can download the software into your computers. Once you download, you will get a zip file in your computer. What you have to do is right click on a zip and say extract here. Okay, so the zip file will extract the file which is of ISO. Okay, so you will see the ISO file like this on my screen. You can see there SQL Server 2014 Service Pack 3. Okay, so what is your next step is right click on the file and say mount. As it is ISO file, we can't open it directly, so you can say mount. As soon as you say mount, a pop-up window will open. It's an explorer. Okay, so here you can see there is a file name called as setup.exe. Right click on this and you will see run as administrator. Okay, say yes. The setup will start here and it will take little time so that you can begin your installation. Okay, it is collecting the full package. Okay, it will pop up with a new window showing the options like this. Here in the left screen you can see there you have an option called installation. Click on this and in the right side of this window you will see new SQL Server standalone installation. And remember, this is a SQL Server full installation. We have two types of installations: SQL Server partial installation and SQL Server full installation. So we are going with the SQL Server full installation today. So here I'm clicking on new SQL Server standalone installation. Okay, once you click on this, you will get another window. Just wait for a few minutes. So this is another window. You can see there it is asking for a product key. Either you can evaluate the version. So I have a product key. The product key, even it is provided in a description of this video, you can go there and you can take the key. Then say next. I accept the license agreement. There is one option called providing customer experience improvement program. Okay, if you turn it on, the system will send the reports to the development team so that they can update in a different plugins in the versions, the issues whatever it raises. Okay, so I'm not interested on this one, so you can say I accept the license agreement, say next. You can see show details. Okay, you can see show details here. Here everything is passed. Sometimes there is a problem saying that restart computer has failed. Okay, or either you can see the error at this place also, like .NET 2.0 and .NET 3.5 Service Pack 1 update is not installed. So that time what you will do, if it is saying you restart required, restart the computer. If this is not available, go to Google, download that software, install it, restart the installation again. Okay, then I'm clicking on here what next. Now it is asking you, do you want to check the updates? Okay, now I'm not interested. I can remove this option, say next. So as I say skip, so you can see there download setup files have skipped, extract setup files have skipped, install setup files have been skipped. So this is about the updated file. Okay, means whichever update will come from online. Now in the next screen you will see everything is passed, but Windows Firewall it is showing as warning. Warning will never affect our installation. You can continue the installation. Okay, so say next. And here I have SQL Server feature installation. I'm not going to change any option here. Say next. Now as I told you, it is a full installation. The only difference between the full and the partial installation is we are not going to install all the services like reporting services, integration services, like you can say distributed relay controller, master data services. There are few things which are not needed to run a SQL server on any standalone computer for your practice. But this installation will allow you or will enable you to learn MSBI also. It is a Microsoft Business Intelligence where you can learn many different tools, okay, like SSRS, SQL Server reporting services, SSAS, like analysis services, integration services. These things are enabled when you select all. Okay, then click on next. Okay, so in another window popped up saying you want to say default instance. So anyway, this is my first installation, so I have only default instance. Say next. Okay, so now you will be getting a new window where you are going to have the server configuration. You can see here, and it is giving all the service accounts, okay, account names, passwords. If it is available to give a password, you can give your administrator password. And here SQL Server agent, it is giving manual. I'm making it as automatic. And there are few things which are already given as manual, so no need to change everything. SQL Server browser, I also make it as automatic. The remaining things you can leave as it is. Even SQL Server agent also you can make it as it is, okay, but I will use it in some places, so that's the reason I'm using it as automatic. Say next. Now you have the authentication modes, database engine configuration. In this page I will select mixed mode, because when you select mixed mode you have a provision to access the database engine, okay, either with Windows administrator account or system administrator account of SQL Server. So that is, we call it as what, SA. Okay, so what I will do, you have to provide a password. I am giving my password, you can provide your password, whatever the password you are flexible with. So add a current user. Say next. Analysis services, generally we don't use it, we can say next, but if you want flexible that you want to use it later, okay, you can read the comments also. Analysis services administrators have unrestricted access to analysis services, so you know this one. So let's say current user means whenever we are adding the user here, means we are giving the access to that user for accessing any type of service in terms of analysis. Next. Now this is the reporting service configuration, so I'm not going to change anything. Just say next. And here distributed replay controller, so if you want to change anything you can change it here. I'm saying directly next, you know, no one will have permission, but if you add a permission, I mean if you add a user, that user get a permission. These permissions most of the times you will concentrate when you're working in a enterprise environment where one computer is available or it will serve as a server and other computers are serve as a client. So all the clients will get a services from the server computer, and also there are many number of user accounts, so that time we can decide which user can have what type of permission. So those places we are going to add the different users from the Active Directory. So now this time you no need to understand what is Active Directory, what are the purpose of that. Okay, so now just you can say next here. Controller name, most of the times it will be a computer name, okay, as it is a client computer. If you are not giving the controller name also not a problem, but if you want to give a computer name or a controller name, you can go to your computer name and you can give that name here. Okay, So it is not that much mandatory to provide, but if you willing to provide it, you can go to your computer name. How to go? Right click on a computer properties, and you can see here computer name mtr1-demo. So you can give the computer name mtr1-demo. Okay, so either you are giving or not giving, it will not affect now. But if you are working the same thing in a server based computer, server based configurations, that time you have to give the your controller name, which we call it as a domain controller that time. Okay, say next. Now your setup is ready. Now it is asking, do you want to install it? I will say install. The installation will go on almost around 10 to 15, sometimes it will take 20 minutes also. Okay, so here what I will do, I will pass a video for a few minutes and I will directly take the video to the end of the installation. Okay, but don't think that it has been installed in few minutes. It took a time to me too, but to save the time of the video, I'm running this video with a pass. Okay, so now you can see the installation has started. You can see now the installation is almost finished, so we are at the end of the installation. Okay, so after this you will get a pop-up window saying your installation has successful, step-by-step process. As I pause the video from where you can see that time it was half of the files have been installed, so the remaining, after that you no need to do anything. It will directly install your complete setup, and finally it will pop up with a window saying that your installation is completed successfully. Okay, so thank you very much. I will be with you again in a next video. See you again. Take care.